rolling like we is right now. Yeah, kid. Friday action, Friday Night Live. Just got off work. But we still gonna come talk our shit. Alright, let's go. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes. She like, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. They go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. She like, ooh la la, ah wee wee. On a Friday, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Best day, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Blessed day, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Because over here on this side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page and usher to the left, I'm going to need you to hit that like button, that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because it's Friday, best day, blessed day. Yeah, kid, that feeling. We talked about this all the time. This is the opening, especially on the Friday. You know what I'm saying? What's the word? It's the best day because you woke up today. Let's start with it. I mean, that's why I always say Tuesday, the best day. Whatever day it is, if you woke up, it's the best day. But for me, after the wake up, after you look at the sky, stare at the ceiling, you alive, whoo, what a beautiful feeling. Some 50 Cent shit. Get to go to Junior. Get to hear some spiritual upliftment. And for some, you can jump on YouTube. You can do it how you get it. You know what I mean? Get your food where you're going to find it at. You know what I mean? Your spiritual, your meditation, your yoga, your journey of, you know, keeping it peaceful and not busting somebody over the head or not walking around with an angry spirit or always prone to do some negative shit or some demon time shit. Because it's easy to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get bumped, come out your building, get on the train, if you in New York, you in Chicago, wherever you at. You know what I mean? You're going back and forth to work with people who, you know, may not always be that vibrant or the brightest. In fact, last Sunday, real quick, right? I'm going to work. I had to work on last Sunday. You know what I mean? Malcolm X renaming, Hunt 10th, Harlem stand up, Harlem, 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 and all that, right? And even just going to work, although it wasn't that early in the morning, maybe about like 11:30, 11:15, 11 o'clock around there, coming out saying hi to even some of the elders. They say hi back, but it's like almost like you don't supposed to say it to them. You know what I mean? And everybody's not like that, but I just say that to say it's easy to be in a negative mind frame. It's always woe is me and shit ain't looking up, shit ain't looking good. So to go to Juma for me or go somewhere for you or however you like to do it, church, you know what I mean, synagogue, wherever you going, to get your spiritual armor so you don't have to kill niggas. And I'm being funny, but I'm not, because that's a whole reference. It's hard not to kill niggas. It's like a full-time, you know what I mean? So whatever you need to not do that, So for me, Friday the best day, blessed day. You woke up in Juma, and again, being around negative people who hate their job, or kids always getting on them, or they feel like they got the short end of the stick, so to speak. So they're always in angry mode. And the old song, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to. Right, it's like a jungle sometimes. You know what I mean? And people live in that space, even though you may be on some jolly waking up, lovely day. Lovely day. You woke up and it's a lovely day, even though your life ain't perfect either. But now you on the train, you on the bus, you drinking your little Dunkin' Donuts latte. Yes, I'm being funny, but I'm not. The point that we're talking about is if you're in a good space, everybody else may not be. So even though you are, and you come with the peace, right? Somebody else may not be with the peace. They may be with the shits. And any given time or interaction, it could pop off. So just be mindful of that, you know what I mean? But Friday is the best day because for me to stop me from popping off and, doing something, because I'm the same way as everybody else, is Juma, listening to positive shit sometimes, being around positive people. And unfortunately, in my opinion, even as an optimist, one point in time, especially in my younger years, more of a pessimist. It's two sides, hot, cold, up, down, right, left, right. Being positive, being negative, negative attract, or opposites attract, etc. Just a little, you know what I mean? Little, what's today's mathematics, God? Like, you know what I'm saying? And those two things meet. And so for me, that's how I get it up off me. You know what I mean? And you get it how you get it. But let's talk about this shit though, right? Rapid fire. I know it's a little late, but I work Friday nights. I get off late and I gotta come right back, take off the uni, and then jump on and talk shit on YouTube and Instagram. We live, we rolling on both platforms. Politics as usual, right? Hove, we ain't gonna talk about Hove, even that's the name of his song from the Reasonable Doubt album. And he wasn't really talking politics per se, like how we see it in today's time, more like on a universal level. But anyway, y'all know I'm not a politician. I ain't on the right or the left. You know what I mean? Like Jadakiss said, matter of fact, I'm neither. In fact, I've been hot so long, it feels like I got a lifetime fever. I'm not a Dem, not a Republic. I don't feel really no way about it. You know what I mean? I say right is right, wrong is wrong. I have my opinion on views. I think it's good on both, bad on both, as far as policies and what they want to implement. But anyway, I said all that to say, that's, if you watch the channel, you know that's my stance. However, now, and what I do, outreach work and shit like that, in the community, sometimes I may be around them. I have been, right? And just this recent encounter, without getting, too crazy into it, a couple of Dems was there, one of the tops and all that. So I'm just sitting there as like a fly on the wall, observing, in my mind, going through a whole lot of things, like, damn, my history, my past, etc. You know what I mean? And, Malcolm X, who just got renamed, obviously he was in prison, then came to be a leader of, but you're black, and even a lot of other people. So it can, you can have a shady background and then, be motherfucking the president, right? Like shit like that. Anyway, just observing, but couple of quick little tidbits, right? The most important one to me, obviously, they mentioned Trump mad times, because it's the other side, right? They're like, how can we get to the young voters? Politics ain't politicking now, some camp shit like, the math ain't mathing, computers be computing. Well, the politics ain't politicking. And they're like, it's hard to get, new voters, grassroots voters. This was like a big concern, and obviously they talked about Trump, which I thought was like a waste of time. I wanted to say so bad, like raise my hand, like I definitely could tell you, right? And one person did kind of jump on the train of thought that I had, which is how Zorro, Mindani, grew, what's the other chick, Cortez chick, the Spanish chick, ALC right here, right? And maybe a few others. You say Bernie Sanders for a little minute. They could galvanize the people, especially the young people. And the answer is so obvious, but sometimes it's not. Like on some Bruce Leroy shit, where he like, the answer that you seek is only telling them all of the proverbs like, duh, nigga, it's you. You are the master. And then at the end, obviously, he realized that he was the master. The answer be obvious sometimes from maybe people outside looking in. But what I think they should focus on, if you want to win, obviously they're losing right now, because Trump is in the White House, He got voted in, popular vote, all that other shit, whether true or not. Is be transparent, like we do on Populous TV, like a lot of people do in certain spaces, or unfiltered. Just like, for instance, right, off the top of the head, and we ain't got a lot of topics, even though it's mashing to talk about, but I just got in, had to jump right on, so we're going to go unscripted like we always do. What I said when the Legionnaires' disease and May Adams, who we was next to, right, standing outside Harlem Hospital while they give their little press conference. Cool, again, I'm not on no sides. I don't have no dogs in the fight. I just think they should do what's right. Afterwards, when I jumped on the show, I'm like, yo, all that's cool, because I had to learn some shit, that the water comes from 3 different parts. If you ain't catch that show and you live in New York, especially in Harlem where the shit is still an outbreak, right? We got the Delaware system, the Catskills, and the Croton shit, right? Those are the 3 places we get our water from in New York City. However, it's not the water supply that's contaminated, right? It's the cooling systems on top of these buildings. And what did I say? Like most rational people, most people is like, all right, cool, it's not an hour, we shouldn't panic, we can drink. But why are you not saying where it's coming from? What buildings is infected, right? Come out and say so we can know, our loved ones can know, and everything's good. That's called transparency. Aha, right? Today on the news, News 1, that's what I get. They're like, yeah, know why, or at least it looks like why they haven't come straight forward, and this is tied in to the politics. The buildings is New York City buildings. It's the Department of Health and, those type of branches and entities, right? Oh, shit, like the meme, right? The nigga from The Wire. Oh, shit. Somebody making meme. Oh, shit, right? And it's like, oh, that's why. Because y'all responsible. Why you not coming out right away like, oh, nah, we take accountability. They didn't. It comes out now. Eventually, anything in the dark comes to the light. And that's what the Dems is missing. Maybe the Republicans, etc. Just be transparent. Stop trying to be politicking so much. And like what Dre said on the Chronic album, or was it Snoop Dogg album, back when they was fire, right? I see your lips moving, but your mouth ain't saying the motherfucking thing. Oh, that was the Chronic. That was on some gangster, play some gangster shit with just the beat rocking in the back. How could I forget that? And then he was just talking, right? Like a lot of, DJs and producers and shit do now. But anyway, he like, I see your lips moving, but you ain't saying the motherfucking thing. And for one of the big politicians that was in the building, right? He's one of the biggest as far as the Democrats is concerned. No, it wasn't Obama, right? I would have said Obama. But he's saying shit for, to give verbal, responses and air orgasms. And it's like, yeah, I'm telling you what you want to hear. And I'm not saying that he won't. Who knows, right? But what's the stigma of politicians and lawyers? And even if you want to add some shady mechanics in there, because they lie. I even go further. Dentists, they do shit too. And I guess that's just the way of the world, right? You can dread it, you can run from it, but destiny arrives all the same. It's always a scumbag somewhere, or as K.O. Smitty would say, scum of the earth, laying low somewhere waiting to pop up. But if you didn't know, dentists, they'll be going to get a teeth cleaning or, a regular checkup or certain shit. If they got to pull the tools out, they could do little shit that weeks later, a month later, this shit would be affecting you or hurting you like, damn, I got to go back. Especially in those White Plains in the Middletown, up there where I used to, live at one point in time in that Westchester area. They'll book you because they got a couple dollars up there. But anyway, just being in the room with some of the locals here, Yusuf Salon was there, I say him because he be at the cookouts and shit. He was talking a little bit, and y'all know he the Central Park 5, and I'm going to get off this. They need to be transparent. That's number one. Do what you're going to say. Don't do what men do to women oftentimes, and even what women do to niggas now, is tell them what they want to hear, especially, but you're black. Then once you get in, you do some other shit, and there's no systems in place to help, to hold people accountable. But he was giving this little spiel and shit, and I like him, obviously, on what he said out his own mouth while he was running, to get the position he got now in the borough, is that a lot of folks like that come from places he come from, obviously been to prison, so that's definitely a street pass in some regards, right? Even though he ain't kill nobody, sell no drugs, innocent, and then, you still get yakisobe and chili con carne, right? Because it ain't no rule saying if you innocent, you don't get the same bum ass food that I get, and I got 10 bodies in the quote Wu-Tang, to kill one man or kill 10, it's all the same. Besides, they can only kill you once, my nigga. They can only kill you once. Like, they can torture you and make it a slow death, but they only can kill you once. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? The innocent people and the guilty people still lift their nuts, still bend over and spread your ass. Let me look and see any weapons in here. You know what I mean? Of mass destruction. Of course, I'm just being funny now for the jokes. Still gonna get that Lysol sprayed in your head. Care if you got dreads, they gonna make you. No, I mean, you still gonna get the same treatment. Officers ain't gonna be like, oh nah, you innocent, so I'm gonna treat you a little softer. Still gonna put the boot in your ass. Still gonna dead you on commissary. I'm still gonna treat you like a fucking number, because that's what you are in the penitentiary. Anyway, last little quick politics. Trump met with Putin, right? Guess that's worth saying. 2 figureheads, right? You know, the war in Ukraine, etc. All that money that go over there. Yet niggas in the hood, fucked up niggas all around, people around the world, right? Poverty rate be up, and they just be wasting and printing the money, and we know what it is. But they met today, not too much coming out of it. The little news clip I seen, you know what I mean, when I was getting ready for work, you know, today and shit, little clips they pull off. But it is a story because they never, I guess what they met in Australia or somewhere, and you know, just the people that's in power, you know, over us as a country or over other countries, etc. Voting matters, but again, you got to be more transparent to me. And obviously, we've been voting Democrat from now on. Let's talk about this other shit, though. This shit got the internet spinning crazy. And I did listen to the song before I started the live just to get the feel for, you know, I know what the conflict is about. We talking about Cam, we talking about Omar Gooden. Yes, Cuban Gooden Jr., brother, right? And this shit is crazy because this like the 4th song now that he put out. If you're not familiar with what's going on, Cam booked him, calling it booking the ops now. Like the level of pettiness on both sides, but definitely Cam is A1, and you don't really expect nothing from him. You know what I mean? They've been doing shit like that for a long time, playing you know, obviously Poe in the movie Paid in Full, etc. My thoughts, the song is fire. Let's get to that first, right? Song fire. Obviously you may not identify, you know, Omar as a rapper, you know what I mean? Like, you know, where's the albums? At least I haven't heard no albums, but I know I want to say some months, or maybe even to go back to last year, it was like a little freestyle. Then he put out another song, and I did listen to it. I can't think of how they sound now because it was a listen, a nigga dissing Cam beefing with some motherfucking, you know, acting nigga, right? This nigga brother, etc. So it was just like, all right, cool, you know what I mean? Keep it pushing. Now swing back, shit still going, like shit going and going. And most recently, you know, Cam booked them to come to Miami, do a movie that's not coming out, but yeah, he's still using the clips, putting it all on the platforms, etc. And Cam is a master troller, like 50, like Kwame, you know what I mean, like a couple other people, you know what I mean. This nigga Hassan is a super troll, a lot of other people, right? Especially on the internet, and it's all about views and the quote 50, and it's all for sale. Y'all know how we say on the channel. And it's all for sale. Sale being your brand, your book, your pills, your movies, your racks, you know what I mean, your clothing line, your hats, your glasses, your course. That's, you know what I mean, that's just a download for people to buy. Make no mistake about it, this shit is always back to money. Now, I mean, maybe not this particular, but just overall. Stylistics made the song People Make the World Go Round. Then Ice Cube, MC, Mac 10, and who was the third guy? Fuck, I can't remember. Made Money Makes the World Go Around, right? Obviously, people make the money, but really, man prints the money, so they make it and they make this work all around. Anyway, level of pettiness is crazy. He addressed that in the song, like, yo, you booking me for, you know, he did, the best way to describe it is Eminem and 8 Mile, when Rabbit was like, you know, he going to talk about popping your girl and beating your ass, fucking you up and fucking your girl, like, you know what I mean? And so you bombs, and then, you know, obviously Eminem came out, killed on 8 Mile niggas, right? Pretty much that's what he's doing. Making mention of, yeah, I guess Cam released some pictures. He like, nigga, I'm almost 50. Of course I got little boobs and, little stomach and all. I guess people body shaming, you know, when it's a man, bang bang, like, oh, you got knocked the fuck out, nigga. Put all your business in the street. Soon as when it's, you know, the obviously, you know, the opposite sex, it's like, nah, body shaming is bad. But I guess people reckon them on that, and I did see the quick picture. You know what I mean? Fat little stomach, little, you know, nigga, not even really shaking. He like, I never said I was. So he making fun of that. Making fun how much he got paid to come out there, do a little bullshit scene. He like, you know, you using me for views, I'm gonna use you, you know, for the views. And plot twist, maybe they really gonna do some shit together after they finish trolling each other, or maybe they won't. And like, Omar said, nigga, if you ever want to shoot the fade, then nigga, I'll whip your ass, cause you really soft. You know what I mean? Like, you really never was about that life. You know what I mean? And you really just front, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to shoot the fade, we could do it. I think that should have been mad funny to see the shoot the fade, but obviously, you know, at the end of the day, when you take out the entertainment, but it is entertainment. Niggas got channels, niggas need content, niggas need them sponsors to keep paying, etc. And this would be considered the dirty side of YouTube, you know what I mean? Just got familiar with that terminology not too long ago. As opposed to people that stay away from the bullshit. They got they running their program like they running it. Is it too petty though to book a nigga and then supposed to be allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, we gotta add that in there? Looking at a nigga, you know what I mean? Get dressed and certain things Cam was saying, because I was backstage, you know, this was out of Cam's own mouth. He like, you know, I was behind the scenes laughing and shit, so looking at it, you know, I know he's spinning on the words, but it's like, is it a bad look, you know what I mean, my nigga, you know what I mean, you behind the scenes, peeping through the peephole, like, who's that peeking out my window? Wow. The feds on me now, like, you know what I mean? Who the fuck is peeping through the window, nigga? You're supposed to be executive order, like, you know what I mean? Somewhere else. Hit me when the movie is done. Hit me when the scene's over. We just put this nigga to clown him. Not to be actually sitting back, or you gonna pop out on some punk shit. Like, who's the nigga that? First, it really was meth. Really, it was really meth and Redman. I want to say How High, but that's their song. What was the name of their shit? Their name of their shit was something. Somebody drop it in the comments. Either on Instagram or YouTube if you're watching. If you know. What was the name of Method Man, Redman show? Not the movies that they did, but a show similar to Punk'd, which was Ashton Kutcher. That's who hosted the show. Maybe somebody else did it before all of them, but I think Method Man and Redman was first, because I believe it was an interview where either Redman or Method Man was like, yeah, you know, they jack niggas. And like Ray and Ghost, who we quote on this show all the time, them niggas might just have to start sending me a check for advertising them niggas. But it's like, you know what I mean? Here niggas come, steal your lines, try to shine before you get a chance to shine on your own shit. Like these happy-go-lucky niggas, these shark-biting niggas. Here they come, here you say one word, next thing you know they saying a word, try to flip it and bounce it on some bullshit, not sounding right. First of all, I definitely got to finish the skit for the young niggas, you know what I mean? Like, skip fire. They was talking about Biggie and it was mad funny, but they was supposed to got Swagger Jack. Anyway, you back behind the scenes, Cam that is, right? Thinking you gonna pop out like, nah, nigga, it's all good or whatever, but you didn't. And it's just the pettiness at the crazy level. But what do you expect from a Harlem nigga and the LA nigga, right? Like, two niggas from the era, both getting a couple dollars, you know what I mean? And it's just mad funny. What else we got? Can we just gonna bounce around? Let's talk about this Jamie Foxx shit real quick, right? And all these celebrities, while you know I bring them out, I try not to do it in a gossipy way. It's just a channel, what it is. Pop up his TV, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We live and we rolling. But almost in a sense, obviously, to give my opinion on it, but also to bring like some type of learn something from it, especially if nothing else, when we're talking about celebrities, rappers, actors, whoever the fuck they is, in my opinion, right? Don't put them up here to where if they fall down, because they're human and they're going to do human shit, and humans be human, right? You won't be destroyed. And some people be really destroyed. You'd be surprised because they ain't really doing nothing for themselves. So it's like, come home from work instead of working on your own shit or whatever, light one up, pop a bottle, whatever, watch, Loving It, whatever you watching, and people be online just, you know what I mean? This is their life. The Taylor Swifties and the Beehive, right? And you be like, is that really a thing? And then until you say some shit online, and then niggas drag you for the rest of eternity, and you like, damn, I didn't know it was like that. You heard what Jim said, so I didn't know Nas had a lot of fans like that. He was probably being funny, but niggas dragged him. So, you know, just to point that out. But anyway, and this won't make this long. Jamie Foxx, you know, obviously is known for dealing with a lot of, you know, lighter complexion, even straight up white women, right? And that's his prerogative. Bobby Brown. He could do what the fuck he want. Nobody gonna tell me how to live my life, right? Right. I have no problem with that. Till you come out and say, you know, I ain't fucking with no more snow bunnies and white chicks like Marlon and the other brother Wayne's, right? I'm on to my black sisters. Black woman is God. He didn't say that. I'm just stretching it. Black women is superpower. Black women is this. They the mother of the earth. Ebony Ivory and Rick James, that shit, right? And I'm all for that because I feel the same. Then you backtrack and you could do what the fuck you want. I'm bringing this up 2 reasons. Let's not put them up here, no matter who it is, no matter if they're doing all the things that you like on some positive shit. And they doing everything the way you like. Because we know when we ride for niggas, they could do no wrong. When we don't like niggas, they could be all the way right, but they're wrong to you. And then you hit them with the, you know what I mean? Not keeping your word or backsliding. And now you're looking at them like, yeah, you was all that black power, but your wife is black. I mean, your wife is white. And I gave my spiel on it. I feel like you're still black. Oh, but you're black. So you're gonna have that. That's who you are. Granted, you should have somebody that look like you, in my opinion, if you on it like hard body, like some of these people that be acting in these motherfucking series and on these YouTube channels and social media alleyways talking that talk. Then you should have what looks like your talk. You should be walking the walk and walking it like you're talking. When you don't, people are gonna do what people do. They're gonna say, nigga was talking all that pro-black shit. As soon as a nigga turned around, he was with an Asian joint, a white joint, or whoever, somebody that don't look like him. And what makes you ashamed of being black? Like he told Malcolm in the movie, right? Don't go busting your head against the wall. That's what the white man wants you to do. So then why are you doing it? No, matter of fact, do what you want, but don't tell us something and then now you not doing it. Now you, every time we see you, and then your whole history was that, and you was just, oh, you was using us to get the vote. Got it. You was in trouble, pulled up on the black niggas, you know what I mean? Tiger Woods, certain people that, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, they over here because they got, you know, multiple, you know, the Mariah Careys or whoever else is black and white, right? Or their father was black or their moms was other, you know what I mean, the A. Marie's or people. Or like this new girl, because we off that show. Jamie Foxx can do what the fuck he want. The Tyler chick, right? Cardi B, Dominican from the BX stand up. Lean back. Bronx stand up, right? She came out and defended the girl Tyler, and I didn't know who she was. I had to look it up and shit, like a lot of times I gotta do. Y'all probably be surprised when you got a channel. Yeah, certain things I don't know because I can't keep up with everything. Shit be spinning in the clip so much, and that's why I use that terminology. You wake up, shit spinning in the clip. You go to work, come back, that shit not spinning in the clip. 5 other things is spinning in the clip, and that topic ain't even talked about never again. So anyway, I guess she from Africa, South Africa, somewhere like a lot of, you know, high-profile artists, or they seem to, you know, be popping off lately, right? Or at least I'm just being aware of them in the last couple of years. Maybe somebody like, you just ain't know about our music, and you'll be right. But I'm just talking about for me, right? Joanna. Anyway, she must have came out, said some disparaging remarks about, oh, but you're black. And you want to go to South Africa with apartheid, right? Joe Pesci, motherfucking Lethal Weapon, Danny Glover, famous scene, that's why we quote it. You want to go to South Africa, but you're black. So what are you talking about? They come over, they adopt the culture, even though they still got their own culture, right? Some of the culture, our culture, I mean. When I say they come over, they jack the swag, they get a chance to shine on shit before we get a chance to shine. I'm being funny with the race shit. And she said some shit and people was like, oh, You still fucking around and trying to find out? And I've been liking that we've been doing that lately. Sometimes I don't agree with everything we do it for because it'd be fake outrage. But when it's something I agree with, obviously, I'm like, fucking right on. Let's go. And so I guess they boycotted her. Or she had sold some millions. Then she came out with a project. And that shit went double wood, plastic on top. That shit was like L. Trashington. And I don't know if the music was or not, but people didn't buy it. Showing like, nah, we ain't like what you said. So we going to show you or punish you by not rocking with you no more. We cut you off. And that's been, done in the past. That's a tactic. If it's a lot of people trading, we see it play out now with the tariffs and shit like that. Politics as usual. If I can get people to stop fucking with you and fuck with me, then I make you weaker while I make myself stronger. You know what I mean? And alliances is built, and that's how it plays. But anyway, they dubbed this shit. And so Cardi B, right, of all people, Dominican, always got some shit to say, always online, got some new music out. I actually did the imaginary player shit over Jay-Z shit. I spit that other shit. That's some nice motherfucker shit. Feds following me around. Deep cover shit, talking to Mace. And when I see niggas in the street, I don't see none of that. So she flipped it and bounced it, and that's been the theme. I'm not repeating myself on purpose. This shit is a never-ending cycle. And like Nas said, no idea is original. It's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. So nothing is really original. Keep it a buck, right? But anyway, she flipped it and bounced it, did her shit. And song type 5, I ain't gonna lie. Song is type 5. Song is definitely type 5. But she like, yo, y'all dragging her. I think y'all don't really like celebrities and woo, woo, woo. And And it's like, all right, everybody get to say some shit about us, right? And I mean the black folks. We swinging back a little bit. We need to be a little bit more. But people come into our culture, they borrow whether they talented or not. I think Eminem is super talented. I think Cardi B got some good songs. I don't think she mad super talented, but I rock with some of her songs. Obviously, I think she can make a good song. She can make a good song here and there. Have you rocking and bobbing, and that's all you want to at least do as an artist. At least have that ability, right? So she in the culture, the Fat Joes, even though they've been around since Flo Joe, and just various different people. We let them in, they come in and woo, 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 and then they think they're the authority. That's my only thing. It's like, nah, you nice, you good, but you're not the authority. What makes you think you even can be the authority? And it's not almost the authority too. It's the entitlement. That's the word. It's the entitlement. It's like, all right, let you in. Heard you, know what I mean? What's the Jay-Z meme when he always be bopping his head anytime there's some song spinning and he in the back looking like this? Like, we let you in, we listen to your shit, and some people it's undeniable, so they're gonna make you listen, and I get it. We don't just, it ain't no easy pass, and you just going through the toll. You gotta, if you here and you nice, and you did some shit in hip hop, then you prove it. You know what I mean? You got in and etched your name in stone, so to speak. You're a part of history now, right? Even if you got one fucking hit song on some Joy, pump it up, or some Rob Bass, or anybody you could think of. If it's a hit classic record, you made history in hip hop, so we give you your props. But you don't get to walk around the house or the store and act like, yo, put the coats over here. Why you don't got these type of sneakers and paint these this way? Just be humble. Sit down. Be humble. That's my opinion. Especially when you go and think you're going to come and, defend somebody else that's talking down on a culture that you benefited from. So who the fuck is you? And to quote Fat Joe, like I always quote that line, now who the fuck you think you talking to? I spray crews, I pay dues, look up Joey Crack, right? Like who do you think you talking to? Sis? Or my guy? What Cam was calling? Jason Whitlock? No. My guy. Come over here. My guy? Like, we just let you in. You're not the authoritative figure over hip hop. And the reason why people feel entitled and they feel, in the authoritative position, a superior position, as people that's not, that came into the culture, is because we operate with hip hop. Like the older heads, the people that was in power and position to, shape and mold the business the way they wanted. But because, some shit I may not know, but honestly, shit goes back to the almighty dollar. You ain't gonna, get me to not believe that's not a strong part of it. It's always about the fucking dollars, you know what I mean? Ben Doms, what's the word? It's always about the money. It always goes back to the money. One for you, one for me. Two for you, one, 2 for me. 3 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Try to play me like I got a fucking flower pot head. Never get old, that line, that skit from the Purple Tape. Don't try to play me like I got a flower pot head. You siding or defending somebody that's talking down and talking crazy to the culture and the people that provided you a fucking BouT to get some money in. You know what I mean? And again, that's allowed because the figureheads and the people that, you know, have the powers. I don't even say their name. You can put whatever name you want to put in. You know what I'm saying? But the people who, the movers and the shakers. T, what's the word? My uncle on the check-in. The movers and the shakers and the doers. They make deals, they make backdoor offices and, you know, business handshake deals. Companies get sold, masters get, you know, divided, and people get a couple dollars and some people get rich. Like, I mean, they get all of the money, but the people also sell power, sell equity to the wrong folks. And y'all know who these folks is. They ain't old, but you're black. They don't look like me and you. And so they dictate who comes in, who they prop up, etc. So it's not, so they can have leeway to do that, to operate in that space, if that makes sense. That's why they can come do it. Because we allow it. And we shouldn't be allowing people to do shit like that. Let's talk about this shit though, right? Let's talk about my guy. Let's talk about Styles P. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure if this probably was at his opening. Probably was at his opening to the I'm not sure the name of it. I wish I had the name too so I could give it the right plug. But they right there on 145th. I can't tell you that. They on 4th, 5th, and Broadway. It was that probably just brought the business out. You know what I mean? There was another business there. I had passed there. The fish market is up there. Went and got some fish. This is a couple months ago, maybe last year, whenever. But the other business was there. Looked like it's the same space. I'm not sure if they renovated it or not because I never went inside. But they changed the name. I'm rooting for him, whoever his partners. You know, even if it's liquor and obviously marijuana, weed, poison, you know what I mean? Well, I meant to say poison, not poison. Or whatever other nicknames you got for weed. And the reason why I say it like that is because the athletes, the rappers, the actors, they, you know, not all of them, but they get into the liquor businesses. Tiffany, they get into the dispensaries now. And it's always just still, even though it's legal, because they make it legal, still some drug shit. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how you slice the pie. So it's always like that first. Even though I know he got the, you know, the juice of life or the fruits of life. He got the products for the stomach. And he on his health shit. And it's all love. But obviously a lot of them go to the liquor route, whether they endorse or they come up with their own liquor because they know niggas gonna drink liquor. And I know it ain't just black folks to drink liquor, but you get the point that I'm drawing. Anyway, I think this is inside of there. It's a lot of people around, so I can't really tell. He having a conversation with a young brother, and we're gonna just go through it real quick and maybe stop and pause while he breaking down some of the lessons he learned as a young man coming up to being almost 50, and he in my age bracket, with, you know, with sons and shit, with kids, obviously 2 boys for me, you know what I mean? And just people in that era as opposed to now, how young kids being raised. I didn't really get into whether the father's in the home, not in the home. I mean, obviously that's a factor, but this, just what they was talking about, it ain't really had nothing to do with that.
We gonna come see, you know why? Because certain shit happens with generational gaps, right? So anybody I see older than me, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 5 years older, it's an elder. I respect them like rip. I respect them off rip.
So like I said, I'm gonna just stop it and pause. I think it may be like 2 minutes worth of him talking. So he like off rip. Any elder that I see that I know is older than me, I'm giving them respect off the rip. That's first and foremost, and he's right. Mom's taught me, you see a woman, you see a man. Now, we ain't always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. That's probably like an era before mine. They definitely was on like that. We probably caught the end of it, and then depending on who it was, now you may say Miss Jackson, or you know her name, or, you know, hey, thank you, but you ain't yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, everybody. Maybe in your house, but not when you went outside. At least I did. But off the rip, he just like, yeah, somebody elderly coming down the stairs, you move out the way. You do certain things like that. That's my era. So he like, y'all niggas kind of don't do that.
A certain amount of homage. I'm gonna say thank you, please. I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna say you're welcome. All of that. Now the young generation. I'm agreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
He asked him, the young brother, you couldn't hear. He like, that came from household structure, right? And he like, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. May not came from your house, but when you stepped out your house, you know, the people of that time would let you know this is what it is. You got to move like this. If you don't, this could possibly happen to you. So when you're talking to, you know, the super or somebody that owns the laundromat or the cleaner or whatever it is, the landlord of your building, or again, the super of your building that was black or whatever, it's like, yeah, you ain't going to just be talking crazy. Because they're going to tell your moms, they're going to tell your pop, you're going to get in trouble. So it is from the house.
You're 110% right. So that family structure comes to you to say, when you see me, like when I see you,
I sent you peace, brother.
peace and me, peace, young king. Because you're younger than me, you're a young king, so I'm gonna acknowledge you as somebody who's younger than me. I ain't challenging you and you ain't challenging me because we ain't in the same space. But that's what's confused about now. Everybody's in the same space. How could me and you be?
All right, so he like, yo, first he talked to elder, then he like now younger. When I see somebody younger as he is now, and almost 50, like myself, right? Trying to keep it, you know what I mean? He like, off the rip, you know, you younger than me, I know that, but I'm not competing with you. And you hear often, you know, they say men is not competing with younger men. They see themselves in younger men, but you know, on the red pill channels, the manosphere channels, they may throw out. But the women of today or my age generation, they still competing with the young joints because they, you know, they want to not beat them, but still prove that they got it and a better model, just older, more spice on it, more wine aged, you know, properly, that type of vibe. But anyway. Styles like, so off the rip, I'm not competing with you. We not in the same space. He like, now the thing is now is everybody's in the same space now. And I did listen to the clip, but I can't remember if he said because of social media or even in gatherings like this, but let's continue.
50, I'm old enough to be your fault.
Yeah, we shouldn't be hustling together.
We in the same space. Well, we shouldn't be hustling together. I'm not legally, but we should be working together legally. Working together legally? Yeah. Hustling together illegally? No. But working together, you know why? Because like I said to you, as I was saying,
so you like we in the same spaces. I thought that's why I said I don't remember what he said because he didn't answer. He didn't say how we're in the same spaces. If you ask me, just a quick jab at it, being in the same spaces is everybody's on social media now. So although I may be younger than you, you could be watching. I mean, I may be older than you, but you could be watching my channel right now. He older than the young brother, but he gets the young brother. Yo, let me DM Styles P. Not being accessible. Because he may not never answer, see your shit and keep you on red or never answer you. But he could answer you. He could answer you. You end up send him a, you know, hypothetically speaking, this we just talking right now. Send him a business plan or whatever, and like he said, we shouldn't be hustling together, but we should be working together to make the community better. Sure, he wasn't thinking that years ago, or maybe he was, but as we age and we have trials and tribulations on this planet that the Most High, you know, call Earth, then you should learn some things along the way to be able to, you know, help somebody younger or even older.
There's someone in here right now who's probably your age. I can learn from you. Right. You can learn from me. It's generational, but when it both wash your face. See, now you're a young king who I can talk to. You know why? Now I'm talking to a young king. I'm not in competition with you. You're not in competition with me. You know why? We ain't on the same page. We ain't on the same time. But our trajectory and our journey is the same. So yeah,
so one of the most powerful things he said. He like, we not on the same page. Well, we know we're not in the same space. We're not operating on the same time because I'm older than you. So therefore, I should probably have been through, you know, some more experiences, had a kid, went through college. You're just coming through that. He like, but our trajectory, meaning our destination, is the same, which is to better our community, help our families, bring them along, figure it out together, and be one of the staples in your household as well as in your community. That's where his mind is at now. And I won't play the rest of the video for sake, you know, content. You know, sometimes they block, even though YouTube, on Instagram, they don't really care. But a lot lately on some of the lives, they're like, you playing, people, that's their shit, that's their copyright, their image, whatever the rules is, right? And they'll say, yo, you got to take this out. I got to take the whole live down, and it's a waste. But anyway, just to elaborate real quick and then get on to some next shit. What he's saying is the destination is the same. You know what I'm saying? And I totally agree. Now, if you asked me when I was in my 20s, late 20s, early 30s, probably would have started been getting towards that, but maybe not before that. And, he couldn't be more right. The destination is the same. And even though we're not on the same wavelength or maybe not be, operating or having the same motion for the same purposes. Because again, you may be a father, you may have been, time is precious. That's one of the most, if not the most precious commodity that we can have as humans. After time is health. Or I'll say health first. You can have all the time in the world. So health is first. Then it may be time, unless you got a better argument. Because you can have all the time in the world, but without health, time is what? It's just passing by, because you can't really do anything if you're that really terminally ill. But, if you're healthy, then time is the second best thing, because now you don't know how long you're going to be on this planet. You don't know how long you're going to be. And that's why you hear 50 Cent say, I got a lot of living and do before I die, and I ain't got time to waste. Let's make it. And that's why you hear Pac say, penitentiary is packed with promise makers. Never realize the precious time that bitch niggas is wasting. Institutional line like, time keep on ticking whether you see it or not. Just at a slow space, and I didn't mean to get off into that. But the point that he's getting at, and that I want to drive before we get off that topic, is we got to be working and mentoring these young brothers. And that's what I do now as an outreach worker for the organization that I work for, etc. And it's fulfilling when you can reach one. It could be disheartening, and obviously you can't, wear your emotions on your sleeve. But again, I'm not competing with them. I'm trying to make them be better versions at their ages than I was. And I may not be the best example, but it's a lot of bad examples like myself running around. What DMX said, know what I mean? Starving to eat. And there's these 1,000 niggas like me mobbing the streets. When we starving, we eat. Whatever's there. Come on, you know the code of the street. Whatever's fair. Like, so, again, I may not be the best example, but it's a lot of people that's just like me in some type of way, some form. I'm not unique in that aspect. Not the only one that went to prison, played with him. It's a lot of niggas like that. Right. And so, when you do get to that point in space where you like, yo, that was all the way out of pocket. All the way wrong, just doing detriment. And that's why you see a lot of people that have done stuff like that try to go into the field of giving back. And the people that, never done, which is a good thing, they may be in the field or they may not be. But that's our jobs. That's our job. Whether you work doing it like me, getting paid, or you doing it in your own household. And that comes with the argument of the stepfather, or all stepdads and people. I ain't raising other man kids, and nobody's saying you have to, it's a rule, or you should do it. But the thing is, again, you could be raising your kids, raising them right, raising your sons to be outstanding, high-value guys, to use these buzzwords, right? And before they can make it to be a high-value man, having a family, doing everything right that you taught them, right? They'll run into the kid that their dad wasn't around, got killed, maybe locked up, ain't no uncles around, no other men, no coaches, no counselors, no other people. They just left to travel the streets, and when we starve and we eat, whatever's there, to keep quoting DMX, they're gonna do the most. And I see it all the time now. We was talking about it anecdotally from my own personal experience as being in prison more than 2 times, right? Felonies and all that shit. But it's one thing to have your own experience and live it, and with the young people coming up now to come back and be working with some of the kids to do the same shit you was doing, maybe not on the same level, but still doing the same shit. And when they go to jail, when they out on bail, or when they cut somebody, or when they do this, or when they do that, and you was in their presence trying to get them to leave that shit alone, you'd be like, damn, one slipped through the cracks. Just like when you help one that was on the wrong path, but you saved them from the yakisobe and the chili con corn, and I don't care line, you saved them from the 55, if they lucky, commissary, you saved them from that, going through, lifting their nuts, spreading their cheeks, going through Rikers, lacing your hair, riding that stinking, dirty ass bus across, smelling that shit, right? or even all the shit that comes with being locked up. Away from your family, no liberties, being called a number, etc. If you can save them, or at least get them to think about it at least, then it feels good. It's like, got one today. You know what I mean? Help one. Hopefully he or she, because not always the boys, is strong enough to pull other people when they gravitation, they orbit, to get them on the same wave. And I thought that was dope. Last quick other thing, right? Before I get off that, but it ties in. Seeing Cam do what he do. We was talking about Cam prior to this topic, and Omar Gooding. Seeing Styles, right? See a whole never on. You know what I mean, certain artists, see how they operate and how they move, and what they be doing, or what they're willing to do on social media, and what they're not. And it's no knock either way. Like you say, Cam is he's a super troll. He'll do this, he'll do that. But I'm bringing it up to say we just talked about Styles. You don't really see Styles giving it up like that. Not to say he can't get petty, jump in the mud. They go high, we go low. You know what I mean? And we go to hell on some Shannon Sharp shit. But you don't see now on doing like certain things, and artists, they be on a different wave. And you know, we all take different paths and journey. But to see, I expect nothing less to see Styles Speed talking to the brothers like that. Not to say a Cam can't, or Mace can, or whoever else, right? But I definitely expect the Styles to be politicking with the young brothers like that, because that's who he presents. So, and I met Styles, hung out with party with Sheik in the G-Ball at one time for his birthday and shit. We done been in the video and shit together. So I've been in close proximity. Especially, I told y'all a story. I tried to put my hand around his wife at the, I think it might have been his girl at the time. Maybe she was his wife still, and I didn't know she was. We just was taking pictures in that little incident and shit. But anyway, I definitely see him doing what he was just doing. And certain people, you can't see him doing that. Like, nah, not to say you can't teach business or you can't teach finances, because I'm sure Cam could get on and put on a master class on how to get money and be a good businessman. And obviously that's on his jacket from the locks, even on Hot 97. Like, yo, if it wasn't for Cam, he put it together. So, not saying it's one is less, one is the other. It's just that I can see Styles, you know what I mean, doing that. Let's get to this other shit, right? Let's get to this Sha'Carri Richardson. We spoke about this. So when the last time we did live? Was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I think we was on here on Tuesday, right? And we said she came out with the apology. Yeah, she did. I gave my little spill. Now we spinning the clip on this again, because people are talking about the footage that just came out from the airport. Because again, and talking about this in class with my students, or I won't say students, but it is a circle of class with my kids that I deal with, on how social media runs narratives, right? This was my message to them. And pretty much, when we rock with somebody, the narrative, even if they're wrong, the narrative, or I should say the overall opinions, so that's why it's changed to narrative. Because if a million people got an opinion one way, and only 200,000 have an opinion of one way, then the narrative is going to be pushed over the million, just to try to draw that for those who can't follow, right? So the narrative is, most people, if they rock with you and you're wrong, nobody can make me hate you. You see it in the comments. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody can never make me hate Mary J. Blige, right? Just to give you an example. People will be rocking, people will be going hard, people will be fighting back whatever the other narrative is, which most likely is probably painting them in a bad light, even though it's true. Now, on the other hand, if they don't rock with you, you could be all the way right, like, yo, nah, I don't want no LGB5 stuff taught in the school, right? And maybe that's not, people will be like, that don't mean you're right, that's just an opinion. Let's just say some wild shit the kids shouldn't be learning, right? And everybody agrees except a small few. The small few, because they rock with it, they'll be like, nah, I'm telling you my rights, and woo, and they'll be like, bro, y'all wrong. She's right or he's right, and you trying to still defend this shit. But because they don't rock with you, you all the way wrong, even though you're right? Now that's said, she's somebody that they like. Told y'all with the smoking the weed, whether she did it, she didn't do it. She was in the domestic violence, allegedly maybe kind of sort of relationship with another girl. Cool. Her prerogative, she could do who she wanted to do with, right? Sleep with who she wanted to sleep with. had the airplane incident. That's another thing with the filming. And, you know, I know she young. And every time these incidents came out, I'm bringing it up because I did little topics on them. I did my little reactions to them. I'm like, whoever's her publicist need to be telling her certain things. You got to 52 block it because they're going to try to paint you in the narrative. They're going to make you look like the, you know, the out of control black girl, and you know you had problems at home, so you're dealing with the same thing. Now you're dealing with it. They're going to paint all these things that could fuck with you personally, but now it's out there. So I said all that to say the airport footage finally came out. You know how we be waiting mad long for the body cams to be coming out, and we're going to spin it in the clip real quick because this shit crazy.
Driving me right now.
Yep, you're under arrest.
I'm under arrest right now? What am I under arrest? What am I under arrest for? Christian, are you serious right now?
Serious, nigga.
Okay. I didn't assault him though.
We have video cameras.
She crazy. Pushing that nigga, hitting.
I literally was we were having an argument. I'm not resisting, so you don't have to go harder. Christian, are you serious right now?
Nigga, she getting Christian. And I'm not laughing at her.
But I understand. We were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing.
She was arguing,
Okay,
so.
I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't assault him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that you guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. But you have me on camera, but at the same time, when he has on camera, I have my phone. So something different. So if I need to show that,
I know we got the airport cameras and shit.
Okay, but I have my phone that shows something different. But Christian, thank you, Christian.
Don't talk to her.
Okay, I won't. Thank you so much, officer. They are arresting me right now, Christian. Sissy, they're arresting me right now?
Seriously?
Am I gonna go actually to jail right now?
Right now.
Wait, but right now, I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do that to him?
You can't say
Christian, are you serious right now?
Nigga.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now.
Because of you.
You know what? Okay. I will never do this again. Ever. Okay.
I'm gonna cut it right there, right? And I'm not, y'all, I know y'all seen me laughing and smirking and shit. And obviously, she in and out, she a celebrity, she a millionaire, she good money. Have a little run-ins as a young person, we gonna give her some grace in that regard, right? I'm laughing or smirking and shit, cause she like, yo, can he tell y'all? Doesn't work that way. Once the law get involved, they probably could. Like, listen, you know what I mean? We know who you are, but then it's preferential treatment. You know what I mean? Take me out, then let me go, whatever. Once they step in, they can't let it go. It's like your girl press charges on you, or you press charges on your girl. She drop them, but the district attorneys pick them up. You know what I mean? The DA office pick it up, and you wonder like, damn, how New York picking this shit up, and she fucking dropped it. They got the evidence, or they think they got the evidence. Anyway, she like, yo, he's the man in this. So we know that a lot of times when we hear domestic violence, it's always man or woman. It's never really woman or man on some Rasputia shit. You know what I mean? With Orbit in the movie Norman, right? With Eddie Murphy. Whipping your ass, and Harpo beating up on, Olivia beating up on Harpo, right? Even though he was the man. Just little examples. Obviously, it don't happen as much as men, obviously, you know, hit women, etc. But for her to even just throw that out there on the camera, it's like, yo, but he the man. And then she didn't really snuff off and hit him. That's what a lot of the ladies are saying, like, probably caught something in his phone, probably this, probably that. Giving excuses, taking away her time to shine on a responsibility stage, on an accountability stage. Like, let her cook, let her tap dance. In the video, she did apologize, but now when you see the video from here, when she was smirking in the video while she was apologizing, so now, like, you taking this shit as a joke. This nigga, he, you know what I mean? Like, he the man, you pushed him. Who knows what she doing behind camera? I don't know. My advice on the last show will be the advice again now. For anybody, personally, in my opinion, if I was giving this advice to my little cousins, my little boy cousins, my little nephews and shit, that's going to be dealing in these social media streets, these dating streets, and dealing with women like her. You know what I mean? Whether they're a superstar athlete or just a regular around-the-way girl standing at the bus stop sucking on a lollipop, LL shit, right? If they dibbled and dabbled and you knew, especially if they tried to long-term it, not just maybe high school, not high school, but a college affair. The girls was doing some crazy shit. Cause we hear these stories now, cause the internet is there to tell us whether we want to hear them shits or not. You open up your phone, bam. So story time. I was in college. Me and my bestie, we both like the guy, and They telling you all these sexual escapades, and it's like, damn, I ain't open up this shit to hear you talking about how you had a threesome with your best friend and the guy. But the point is, it happens. We ain't act like we ain't never heard this shit before. And a fling I view a little differently as long term, or you try to long term it with the same, because it's like, you already show you definitely have that capacity to willing to try to go all in and play, and then now want to come back to the straight side. I would be real leery of dealing with women like that. That's just me. You can say, you sexual preference and hating, or whatever word people be making up, whatever acronyms and phrases and shit. Like you a hater or whatever it is. Like just because of what's the difference between a fling or one night or one try. I think really trying to play the role with the same person. I'm just talking about the ladies because we know that's what she was dealing with prior. For Christian, whoever he is, I still didn't Google who he was. I don't know if he's an athlete. I don't know if he's just a regular student. I don't know who he is. If you know who he is, drop that shit in the comments right now. Who is he? Who are you? Nigga knocking Sha'Carri back out, right? And I just would caution for the mental, because people shouldn't just be able to turn it on and turn it off, Like, I don't see how they could do it. I'm not them. I never had to try, but I just think that's a flag for me. Some people it might be a nose ring. Maybe you want to knock it down, but you ain't long term in it. You know what I'm saying? What else we got? Oh, let's talk about this shit. Let's talk about P. Diddy, right? Quiet after the trial, little low rumbles. But now, do we need to hear the clip of these people?
Out of those
Allegedly
8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6
anyway,
men,
it's the
and 2
lawyer
women.
chick, and I think it's
How
the
many of
lawyer
those 8
dude or somebody.
celebrities,
And it's a couple days old
were-
now, but I don't talk
Or
about it
close to
in
being
this sense.
underage or potentially
I just
underage.
want to talk about it in this sense. Criminally is criminal. Civil is civil. Obviously, he gave Cassidy $100 million a day after or 2 days, or his partners and him. It wasn't him per se. They smeared his campaign. They did the smear campaign, ran down on all his houses, Miami, Florida, New York, whatever, right? Gave my spill on it, not knowing if he's guilty or not, and But the Rigo and the other shit they was trying to say, I just was like, I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but the case they was pushing, I just didn't think it would happen. It came out that I was partially right. He did get some charges put on him, but he will come home ultimately, unless some crazy shit happen, right? Uncle Murders. We almost caught it. Well, we 8 months in, almost about to be 9 months in. A lot of crazy shit been popping up these last few weeks and shit. Anyway, now he's suing them for defamation of character. We're gonna play the sue game, and chances are he probably will win because he won the criminal case. So it's like you saying underage, you saying she's a minor, you Kendrick Lamar in it, you baby oil, you trolling, you making fun, and not even us. For people that's just social media consumers, and every day you wake up, you brushing your teeth with TikTok videos, you taking the shit, looking at TikTok videos. Not me, but y'all, right? You know what I'm saying? But the lawyers, the people that's supposed to know the law, the people in the know, the big, the news, those platforms that's supposed to be responsible. And I believe it, even freedom of speech, you still have to be responsible too. I believe that. Still believe you should say what the hell you want to say, but you still have to be responsible. With that being said, you still could suffer consequences, even though it's free to say what the fuck you want. You can say stuff, but that don't mean nothing don't come back. And what Lauryn Hill said, those, what you throw out come back to you hard. Like, Comma comes back to you hard. So we just gotta be mindful. But I think he will win because those minor charges was dropped off, and now you on CNN, you on Fox, you on these big radio stations saying, yeah, I seen it, I know definitely for sure this is what it was, and that's not what it was, and you smeared my name to the highest level. You said I was a scum of the earth, and again, I'm not saying he not, but y'all know my stance, and we're gonna get out of here with this. When it comes to the lock, skit, We'll be raking you, raking you, raking you. When it comes to the kids, and Wu-Tang love the kids. I don't care how many felonies I have, and I got 3, right? If they come with the bullshit like that on the kid, oh no, I'm going all the way. We're going all the way. I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna sit mad as a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Knowing that I'm gonna be exonerated, and then I'm gonna try to sue the shit out of them like he gonna do. I'm not copping out to the lesser charge. You know what I mean? I'm not doing the Kodak. I'm not doing none of that because that's not who I am. I'm gonna go down to the death for certain things, and that's the principles I stand on. Everybody they be like, nah. You see with Omar Gooding, he like, nigga, give me another 25. 25. I think he said 2,500. I don't even think he said 25,000. He like, you could fly me somewhere else and put me up for an hour scene, and I'll do it again. And some people like, nah, nigga, your integrity. You gonna let a nigga you beefing with back and forth on the internet with, book you, fly you out somewhere, have you do a scene for some shit that's not coming out, and then say you doing it again. But the song was fire. We gonna just get out of here with that. Stay with your integrity, and never look up to these people as they hide in what you put in the Most High, because they human just like you. But y'all know who it is. This your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid. Have a safe weekend.